Breaking. Welcome to today's news. Here is the headlines. Tinubu receives unexpected message to order AGF to release Nnamdi Kanu immediately. See who made the demand. Tinubu receives unexpected message to order AGF to release Nnamdi Kanu immediately. See who made the demand. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news, and please do ensure you like, subscribe and share. The leader of the Ésçäpé, Edwin Clark, has called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to direct the Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fagbemi, to file a null prosecution for the release of the leader of the independent people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. Clark urged Tinubu to ask the Attorney General of the Federation to file a null prosecution to release the detained IPOB leader, noting that his, Kanu's freedom on political grounds was long overdue. This was contained in a second letter to the President on Sunday, following a first in which the elder statesman urged the President not to toe the path of his predecessor, President Muhammadu Buhari, who marginalized and subjugated the Igbos by exempting them from certain appointments. The release of Nnamdi Kanu by Mr. President on political grounds is overdue, as earlier explained. Mr. President should direct the Attorney General to enter a null prosecution to free Nnamdi Kanu, who has shown his intention to work with the federal government to bring peace and stability in the southeast and to Nigerians as a whole, as it has been recently done in similar cases of treasonable felony, as in the case of Miyetti Allah President Abdullahi Bello Bodejo of Nasarawa State, he said. The Punch, however, reports that Kanu was denied bail in April by Justice Bintal Unyako of the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja, who granted an accelerated hearing instead. In his letter, Clark said the move would complete the reconciliation of Nigeria and end the sit-at-home order in the southeast. He said the IPOB had fashioned a place for itself in the heart and minds of young people because of the short changing of Igbos from the southeast over the years, while urging the use of the carrot and stick approach rather than military force in addressing the agitations in the region. Apart from demanding the restructuring of Nigeria, the political freedom of Nnamdi Kanu will no doubt complete the reconciliation of Nigeria and bring an end to the needless Monday sit-at-home order, which has disturbed businesses and civil activities in the southeast. The short-changing of the Igbos of the southeast over the years is the reason why IPOB has fashioned a place for itself in the hearts and minds of the young people in the southeast with its demand for self-determination. I have physically seen these IPOB boys in action at the Ekweme Square in Awka, Anambra State, when I attended a meeting of the Southern and Middle Belt Leaders Forum there. None of these youths witnessed the civil war and are definitely not abreast with the history of the war and its full ramifications. I advise, therefore, that rather than the use of military force, which has already proved counterproductive, they should be carefully treated with the carrot and stick approach in the interest of the peace, stability and progress of Nigeria as a whole and the Southeast Zone in particular. The leader of the Ijaw Nation, Edwin Clark, has called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to direct the Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fagbemi, to file a nolle prosequi for the release of the leader of the independent people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. Clark urged Tinubu to ask the Attorney General of the Federation to file a nolle prosequi to release the detained IPOB leader, noting that his, Kanu's freedom on political grounds was long overdue. Now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop